Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Leonardo Leite. Just to let you know that we'll be on in approximately 2 minutes. Stay tuned. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one more live lesson. Yeah. Can you all hear me? Can you hear the music? Is the sound all right? Come on in, guys. We're just about to start. Hello, Leite. Hello, Glorinha. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, type in, yes, I can hear you, because I have something very, very important to tell you before we get started. All right? Loud and clear, says Edson. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Let me explain to you what's going on here. But the song, the music is so nice. We're not gonna have any class. We're just gonna sit here and listen to this wonderful music. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Calm down. Calm down. All right. All right. I'm glad you can all hear me well, and I'm gonna explain to you why. We're gonna have to wait. Where is our beautiful moderator? Ana Luisa. Oh, come in, there she is. Now we've got the full house, full team, ready to go. It is beautiful, isn't it, Margaret? You've got to energize yourself so we can practice English. You can keep on listening to me and talk to me here looking in the eye. All right, all right. Let me get this out of here. Okay. Guys, let me explain this to you. All right. I have moved. Okay. I live in a different house now. And in this new house of mine, the internet is still really bad. So I ordered a very high-speed internet, but it hasn't been installed yet. Okay? Net hasn't been here yet to install this high, ultra, intergalactic speed internet here in my house. So, and I had to broadcast. That's why I postponed. That's why I postponed the I postponed the class till Friday today, because we were supposed to have our class on Wednesday, and I thought they were gonna come here on Wednesday or Thursday to install this high-speed internet, and we would have, you know, this wonderful broadcast today, Friday, but they haven't come. So I decided to broadcast it anyway. And you know what? I am broadcasting this class to you via 4G. Okay? I am broadcasting this class through my iPhone. My iPhone is broadcasting this class. And I hope everything goes fine. But if we have any connection problems, you already know what's going on, and I apologize first and foremost. I apologize for any problems we might have during this broadcast. Okay, if we do have any problems, don't worry, I'll do it all over again, and you won't miss a thing. Okay, good. So I'm having a hard time to believe you can hear me well. Ana Luisa Alckmin, can you hear me well? Can you see me well? Because I'm broadcasting through 4G here using my Vivo iPhone. Okay. All right. I'm impressed, really. I am really impressed. Yes? This is wonderful. Thank you, Vivo. Thank you, Vivo. At least something is working on Vivo. All right, all right. This is wonderful. I'm really glad. I am really glad. Okay, good. I'm happy now. I am happy. All right, Ania. I love you, babe. And today's Friday, guys, and you know what? I started this broadcast without even introducing myself. I am Leonardo Leite, the magic story teacher here on VIP English Club by Mayro Vergara. If you're here for the first time, let me know in the chat box, and I will say hello and welcome to you. Okay? Good. Let's get started. And before we get started, I want to tell you, and I don't know if you are aware of that, today is Black Friday, right? And yesterday was Thanksgiving. And I would love to talk about Thanksgiving because I have lived in the United States for a long time, and I have spent, you know, tens of Thanksgivings in the United States, and it is a very, very special holiday, and I can tell you lots about it, all right? But I'm going to leave it to the end. We're going to work on this very short story. We're going to practice a little bit, and then at the end, we can talk more about, and if you want to stick around, I can talk to you about Thanksgiving. I don't want to take too much time in the beginning of the class just to chat with you about Thanksgiving. But if you would like to chat with me about Thanksgiving, I'll be yours at the end of this class. Clear? Deal? All right, good. So, let me take a look. Let's take a look at the lesson today. And the lesson today is about, let me explain the lesson to you, okay? The name of this lesson, let me put it here for you. The name of the lesson is, let's put it here. All right. The name of the lesson is Gamer Son Worried Dad. I created this title, okay? But it is a Dear Abby letter. It is a real person. This is a real letter. This is a real person explaining some sort of a problem. All right, and let me explain the problem to you before we dive into the story. There is this father and probably mother to this married couple, and they have a son. The son is 23 years old, and this son is becoming a problem to the couple because the son loves playing video games. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't stick around in jobs, and he uses the house. He doesn't help in the house. He doesn't help cleaning. He doesn't put money in the family. He just takes it. And this father is worried about how to deal with this son. That's it. Okay? It's a very classical problem nowadays, right? And we can talk about it too. So let me put this bigger on the screen here. All right, let's put this bigger here on the screen. And I am going to read, as you know, I'm going to read the story to you. And you're going to listen to me reading. You can follow my reading here. All right? You can follow my reading here or not. You can just listen to me and enjoy the story. And then I'm going to reread it again, reread the story and explain the vocabulary. All right? And then I'm going to ask you questions and we're going to talk about the story until you were able to retell this story back to me. Okay? You're going to retell this story back to me. So, are you ready? There's something important I need to do. And let's see if I can do it. Okay, we're going to record this in audio. I'm going to record the audio here. So, I hope the broadcast is still... Okay, good. It's amazing. I'm using 50% of my CPU. Okay, anyway, this is too technical. Let's get started here. I'm really scared of this broadcast. You can't imagine how tense and nervous I am, technically speaking. I'm not nervous about talking in English to you and having you practice English with me. Not at all. But I am really nervous about this technical stuff here because live lesson is really challenging. Anyway, let's talk about Gamer Son and Worried Dad. So we're going to start right here. Dear Abby. And it's the father writing to Abby. Are you ready? Everybody ready? Good. Let's do this. Dear Abby, my 23-year-old son does not want to work and spends all his time playing video games. He's obsessed with them. He disrespects me. He disrespects my house and me by not cleaning his room. I don't know what to do. He's my son, but he's a user and feels he's entitled to live here. He pays no bills and blows all his money on gaming. He quits every job he has. I love him and kicked him out once, but he got on Facebook and told people what bad parents we are. All he says is he wants to be happy. I think he's out of touch with reality. He has no place to go if I kick him out. What do I do? Dad who's headed in Ohio. And here's the answer. Right here. Dear Dad, your son is an adult, even if he doesn't act like one. Give him a deadline to find another place to crash, perhaps with a roommate, and be out of there. If he says he has no money, remember that he comes up with money to blow. It'll take backbone to stand your ground, but you must not make your decisions and live your life based on what your son will post about you on Facebook. People often vent and exaggerate on social media. Your son is living in an altered reality because you have allowed it, because you have allowed it. If he isn't forced to stand on his own feet, he never will. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. I understand. It was... All right, let's see. Okay, let's stop doing this. Guys, can you hear me? Got better now? That's what I was afraid. Okay. Better now? Are we there? Can you hear me? Is it better now? Yes, can you hear me? Can you see me now? What about the audio? Is it okay now? Yes? Let me know. What about the audio? Anna, can you hear me? Oh, thank God. Thank God. Oof. All right. I knew this was gonna... I knew it could happen. Okay. All right. Guys, this is important, okay? If this class turns out to be shitty, don't worry. I'll record it a new one and post it on the portal. All right? This was bound to happen, okay? It could happen because I'm using the 4G. It hasn't disconnected yet, but yes, it can get... Yeah, the audio is good, but the image is not... Is the image okay too? Yes? Is the image okay? Let me know if the image is also good. If you can see... Yes, audio is good. Okay. I know that audio is good. But the image is not really good, is it? Oh, thank God. All right. Okay. So I'm going to read, the story again. Okay, good. I'm going to read the story again. Let's do this over. All right? Just relax. If it doesn't work today, guys, don't worry. I'll record it a brand new one, release it to you, and life moves on. All right? Thank you, Anna. Let's get this done. Yeah, Reinaldo says the focus isn't good. Well, but that's probably because my connection here is not really good, so it's not going to get there very well. All right? So, just enjoy my reading here. If you can't see it, you can download. Yeah. Ok. Aviso a todos aqui. Muito importante. Muito importante. Vou passar para o português para que ninguém fique preocupado. Alright? Vamos fazer o áudio. Vamos fazer a aula normalmente. Se ela ficar muito ruim, se a imagem ficar ruim, no problem. Eu gravo novamente e libero esta aula toda bonitinha. Além disso, você também poderá baixar o PDF. Assim que terminar essa aula, nós vamos publicar lá. Então, por enquanto, aproveite o que tiver que aproveitar desta aula. Alright? O mais importante é que você escute o que eu estou falando. O visual não é tão importante. Remember that. Certo? Então, beleza. Apenas agora, vocês dão o feedback aí para Ana se o áudio estiver muito ruim. A imagem, ela vai variar. Ok? Para algumas pessoas, o áudio e a imagem vão ficar boas, para outras não. Então, beleza. Estamos combinados agora? Porque senão todo mundo vai perder o foco. Todo mundo vai ficar preocupado em ficar dando feedback de como é que tá, como é que não tá. O mais importante é que o áudio vá bem. Imagine que você está aí escutando o radinho de pilha. Alright? Good. So let's get going. I'm going to do it again. Alright? Gamer son and worried dad. Dear Abby, my 23-year-old son does not want to work and spends all his time playing video games. He's obsessed with them. He disrespects my house and me by not cleaning his room. I don't know what to do. He's my son, but he's a user and feels he's entitled to live here. He pays no bills and blows all his money on gaming. He quits every job he has. I love him and kicked him out once, but he got on Facebook and told people what bad parents we are. All he says is he wants to be happy. I think he's out of touch with reality. And he has no place to go if I kick him out. What do I do? Dad, who's headed in Ohio. The answer. Dear Dad, your son is an adult, even if he doesn't act like one. Give him a deadline to find another place to crash, perhaps with a roommate, and be out of there. If he says he has no money, remember that he comes up with money to blow. It'll take backbone to stand your ground, but you must not make your decisions and live your life based on what your son will post about you on Facebook. People often vent and exaggerate on social media. Your son is living in an altered reality because you have allowed it. If he isn't forced to stand on his own 2 feet, he never will. Okay, guys. So this is the story. All right? Now, let me go back to the story and explain some very, very important phrases and some very interesting phrases that you should learn too. All right? So here it is. Dear Abby, my 23-year-old son does not want to work and spend all his time playing video games. He's obsessed with them. He disrespects my house and me by not cleaning his room. Very easy, this paragraph, right? I mean, the father has a 23-year-old son. He doesn't want to work, plays video game all the time, disrespects his house by not cleaning his room. And he goes on, I don't know what to do. He's my son, but he's a user. To be a user means he takes in from the house. He uses the house. That's why he's a user. He uses everything, but doesn't pay any bills. And feels, this is a good one, and feels he's entitled to live here. To be entitled, let me put this here. He is entitled to live here. I mean, he feels he is entitled, right? He feels he is entitled to live here. It means that he thinks he has the right to live here. So to be entitled to is the same as to have the right to. To be entitled to is to have the right, to have access. He can do it. Okay? It's an obligation of his father and mother to give him that. So he's entitled. And he feels he's entitled to live here. He has the right to live here. He pays no bills. He pays no bills. No telephone bill, electricity bill, gas bill, cable TV bill, all the bills, right? And blows all his money on gaming. Blow the money is the same as torrar o dinheiro. That's it. All right? Torrar o dinheiro. Oh, right there. Okay. Thank you, Leite. So it's blow all the money as torrar. Okay? Is to spend money on stupid things. This is to blow, and he blows his money on gaming, right? He quits every job he has. That means he leaves every job he has. He leaves. He's either fired or he resigns. Okay? That's it. To quit the job, okay? Quit the job. Quit a job is different from be fired. All right? Guys, the whiteboard is right here. Okay? It's where I'm writing here. This is the whiteboard here. Okay? I love him and kicked him out once. Do you know what to kick him out once? It's to send him out of the house. You can't live here anymore. This is to kick somebody out. It's out of your house, right? So I love him and kicked him out once, but he got on Facebook and told people what bad parents we are. Easy. All he says is he wants to be happy. Oh, I want to be happy, Dad. And I think he's out of touch with reality. To be out of touch with reality is to be out of reality. Okay? Out of touch with reality is not to be in contact with reality. He doesn't, or at least our reality. So that's what his father thinks. I think he's out of touch with reality. He has no place to go if I kick him out. What do I do? And here he signs Dad who's headed in Ohio. This is an interesting one. Let me write this here. It says, I've had it. I've had it. It means I won't take it anymore. It's enough. All right? I've had it. That's it. I won't do it anymore. I won't take this anymore. Right? And he signs Dad, who's headed in Ohio. Okay? So he said, I've had it. Let's move on. Dear Dad, your son is an adult. Now, I want to call your attention here to the word adult. There are two possible pronunciations for this word. Adult or adult. You can hear people saying adult. You can hear people saying adult. Both are okay. All right? So your son is an adult or your son is an adult. Doesn't matter. Okay? Even if he doesn't act like one. Give him a deadline. Give him a deadline is to give him a limit date. Here. Deadline is a limit date. Or a date limit. Okay? A date limit. Here, better. A date limit, a deadline. Give him a deadline to find another place to crash. To find another house, another apartment to live. To crash, in this case here, is to sleep. It's very common. Let me put this down here. Crash is the same as sleep, live. A very good example is I need to find a place to crash. Another one. Can I crash in your couch for a few days? Can I crash in your couch for a few days? I mean, can I stay in your house, sleep on the couch for a few days? So this is to crash, okay? Remember, crash is not only car crash, okay? To crash on the bed, crash on the couch, sleep. So give him a deadline to find another place to crash. Perhaps, maybe, with a roommate. A roommate is a person you share the house or the apartment with, right? And be out of there. So give him a deadline to find another place to crash, perhaps with a roommate, and be out of there. A deadline to be out of the house. If he says he has no money, remember that he comes up with money to blow. So if he says, "Oh, Dad, I don't have money," remember, remind him, right? That sometimes he has money to blow on video games, right? So he comes up with money. To come up with money is to find a way to make the money. Come up with money. How did you come up with this money? How did you come up with this money? How did you come up with this money? It's a very interesting question, right? To come up with the money is to make the money. All right? And this is the phrase I want you to learn, okay? It'll take backbone to stand your ground. When it says it'll take backbone, backbone is the spine here. And it says, when I say it'll take backbone, it means it's going to be really, really hard. It's like taking the backbone from me to do it. So it's going to be very painful to be firm, to stand your ground. So to stand your ground, here. Stand your ground is be firm. And it'll take backbone means it'll be very hard. Okay? So you can use this phrase to create many other phrases. For example, it'll take backbone to make that decision, to stand on that decision, right? It'll take backbone to complete this task. It'll take backbone to do that, to do this. So it'll take backbone to stand your ground. But you must not make your decisions and live your life based on what your son will post about you on Facebook. You must not means you should not. It's the same thing. Okay? Here. You must not is the same as you should not. Okay, you must not make your decisions based on what your son posts about you on Facebook. Right? Okay. Is the broadcast going well? Let me know if the broadcast is going well. Let me know if you can hear my voice. Right? Okay. And then she explains about the internet here. People often vent and exaggerate on social media. Guys, people frequently vent. To vent is to, the best word, desabafar. That's it. Is to vent. Okay? Is to say things that the person doesn't really think about it. Okay? This is to vent. So people usually vent and exaggerate on social media. Your son is living in an altered reality because you have allowed it. If he isn't forced to stand on his own 2 feet. Here. Stand on his own 2 feet. Is to live, the same thing is to live, is to support himself. Support himself. Pay his bills. Being able to live by himself. This is to stand on my own 2 feet. Right? So if he isn't forced by the father to stand on his own feet, he never will. He never will. All right? Okay, guys. Now, let's go back to the reading and then we'll go over the questions. Before we do that, let me know here on the chat box if you can hear me. All right? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you please write something on the chat box and let me know you can see me and hear me? Please. Anybody? Let me ask Anna here. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you see me now? Okay, good. Anna Alckmin just said that the class is going. Sometimes it breaks, but it's going. Good. Good. So let's move on. All right. Ana Luisa tells me here on the chat that we're not off. Okay, good. Good. So once again, dear Abby, my 23-year-old son does not want to work and spends all his time playing video games. He's obsessed with them. He disrespects my house and me by not cleaning his room. I don't know what to do. He's my son, but he's a user and feels he's entitled to live here. He pays no bills and blows all his money on gaming. He quits every job he has. I love him and kicked him out once, but he got on Facebook and told people what bad parents we are. All he says is he wants to be happy. And I think he's out of touch with reality. He has no place to go if I kick him out. What do? Dad, who's headed in Ohio. Dear Dad, your son is an adult. Even if he doesn't act like one, give him a deadline to find another place to crash. Perhaps with a roommate. And be out of there. If he says he has no money, remember, he comes up with money to blow. It'll take the backbone to stand your, it'll take backbone to stand your ground, but you must not make your decisions and live your life based on what your son will post about you on Facebook. People often vent and exaggerate on social media. Your son is living in an altered reality because you have allowed it. If he isn't forced to stand on his own feet, he never will. Okay? Good. Something very interesting that I want to call your attention to is the pronunciation. Okay? Pay attention to my pronunciation. Sometimes it is key. So when you are reading a text, and if you are reading and listening to this story, when you try to answer the questions, try to answer the questions the way I pronounce the words. All right? Pay attention to the sounds. Pay attention to the sounds. And now I'm going to ask you some questions. And you're going to listen to me and try to remember. All right? Are you ready? Good. I'm going to leave the text here. Here. Okay? I'm going to leave the text here. And you can take a look and answer the questions. But what's most important is that you answer the question quickly. Você vai responder rapidamente, do jeito que vier na sua cabeça. All right? So if I come to you and say, for example, how old is the son? And you say, 23. You don't need to say the son is 23. No. 23. Does he want to work? No. What does he want to do? Play video games. Okay? What is the son obsessed with? Video games. You don't need to say the sentence. Why? Because what you're practicing is listen and respond immediately. You're not practicing saying long sentences. You are practicing listening and answering. All right? Are you ready? Good. So let's do this. How old is the son? Very good. He's 23 years old. Does he want to work? Nope, he doesn't. The son doesn't want to work. What does he want to do? Play video games all the time. He wants to play video games all the time, right? What is the son obsessed with? He's obsessed with video games. All right. Does the son clean his room? Nope, he doesn't. Does he respect his parents? Nope, he doesn't. He doesn't clean his own place, right? Does he pay any bills in the house? Nope, he doesn't. What does he usually do with his money? Blow it with video games. All right. This is interesting. Has the father ever kicked him out before? Yes, he has. Did he come back? Yes, he did. How come? Why did he come back? Do you remember? He posted on Facebook saying that his parents were bad. right? Or he posted on Facebook about his parents, saying bad things about his parents, right? What does the father think of his son? What does the father think of his son? He is out of touch with reality. Out of reality, right? He's out of touch with reality. That's what his father thinks. Now, what are Abby's suggestions? Let's see if you remember. Deadline to find another place to crash, right? That's what she suggests. The father does, right? That's it. If he complains about money, remember that he has money to play video games. And now I want you to think, what's your suggestion to this father? What is your suggestion to this father? Right? Good. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the questions here. Okay? So here you have the questions. And now you are going to look at the question. You look at the question and try to retell the story like this. It's a son who is 23 years old. He doesn't want to work. He wants to play video games all the time. He is obsessed with video games. He doesn't clean his room. And because of that, he doesn't respect his parents. He doesn't pay any bills in the house. All he does is spend money with video games. His father kicked him out once, but he came back because he posted some bad things about his parents on Facebook. His father thinks he's out of touch with reality. Abby suggests that the father gives the son a deadline to be out of the house. In my opinion, blah, 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 blah. And then you give your opinion about it. Do you understand this exercise? Got it? So once again, going back here, and here we go. How old is the son? Does he want to work? What does he want to do? What is he obsessed with? Does he clean his room? Does he respect his parents? Does he pay any bills in the house? What does he do with his money? Has the father ever kicked him out before? Why did he come back? What does the father think of his son? What are Abby's suggestions? And what are your suggestions? Right? Good. So now you are going to look again at the questions and retell the story. Como é que você vai fazer isso? Você vai fazer isso 1, 2, 3, 4, até você se sentir confortável em contar essa história. Uma vez você está confortável, uma vez que você estiver confortável recontando essa história, você passa a fazer a pergunta. Você faz a pergunta e você mesmo reconta a história fazendo a pergunta. Got it? Right? E se você quiser extrapolar mais ainda, você pode criar uma história sua baseada nessa. Ok? Did you get the exercise? Got the exercise? Good. So again. Watch me as I retell the story using my own words. Okay? Here it is. Once upon a time, there was a father and a son, and a mother too, right? The son is 23 years old, and this son doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to go to work. All he wants to do is play video games. He's obsessed with video games. He never cleans his room. He always disrespects the house and his parents. He never pays any bills. And he always blows his money with video games. One day, his father kicked him out. But he came back because he wrote something on Facebook saying what bad parents they were. His father thinks that the son is out of reality, out of touch with reality. He lives in an altered reality, in a different world. Abby suggests that the father gives the son a deadline to leave the house, to find another place to crash, to find another place to live, maybe with a roommate, maybe with a friend. In my opinion, the father should give two options. This is my opinion, Leonardo's opinion. I think the father should give the son two options. One, start contributing in the house, paying some bills, paying the cable TV, whatever, and can stay, or leave and go live somewhere else. That's my opinion. Got it? Good. So now, you are going to retell the story just by looking e vendo o meu highlight aqui. Eu não vou dizer nada, eu vou só fazer o highlight e você vai contar a história. Ok? So, it is very important. Me digam aí se vocês conseguem ver a tela. Se vocês não estiverem conseguindo ver a tela, vocês podem fazer isso então com o PDF. Você olha para o PDF, essa parte do PDF, e vai contando a história. But if you can see the screen, good. It's your turn. Are you ready? Conseguem ver? Can you see the screen? Yes? Okay, good. Thank you, Anna. 3, 2, 1. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. But he came back, right? Okay. Good. What are her suggestions? And what's your suggestion? Got it? This exercise is really good when the video is nice. So I will probably record this part again so you can practice just by looking at the highlights. All right? Good. Guys, here you have the vocabulary, okay? He's entitled to live here, blows all his money on gaming, kicked him out. This is interesting. Pay attention to the pronunciation. Kicked. Okay? Kicked him out. Kicked him out, not kicked. Not kicked him out. Kicked him out. Kicked him out. All right? So, again, you have all the vocabulary here. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right? Good. Any questions? And I'm so sorry for the breaks. It will never happen again because the internet here will be really, really good. Any questions, guys? All right. Would you like to know a little bit about, to know what my impressions of Thanksgiving are? I have lived in the States for a long time, and I could really understand the meaning of the holiday Thanksgiving. And it is the most important holiday in the United States. It is the most important holiday. It's more important than Christmas. Why? Because Christmas is a Christian holiday. So, for example, people who are not Christian, like Muslims, Jewish people, they don't celebrate Christmas. Okay? Because Christmas is the birthday of Jesus Christ. But there are many people in this world, and especially in the United States, who don't care about Jesus Christ. All right? They follow something else. They follow some other religion. And they're not Christians. But Thanksgiving takes all the other religions. Everybody in the United States celebrates Thanksgiving. Okay? I'm not here to go into the details, into the historical details of Thanksgiving, because we talked about it. We talked about it on Halloween, I think. But I want to talk about the historical aspects of Black Friday, which is today, right? Black Friday. Now, let me explain this Black Friday to you, and it's so simple. Black Friday in Brazil is what? Like 10 years old. People didn't care about Black Friday here in Brazil. People didn't care. People don't know what Thanksgiving is, and Black Friday is strictly related to the holiday Thanksgiving. All right? But here in Brazil, we only think about Black Friday, right? Because we go shopping, we've got the discounts and so on. But in the United States, Black Friday is related to the holiday. Why? Because the holiday is always on Thursday. It's always on Thursday. Right? Always. It's the last Thursday of November. And the last Thursday of this November was yesterday. It's always the last Thursday. So the holiday is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, what they call 4-day weekend. It's a 4-day weekend. And people travel all over the country to be with their families on Thanksgiving Day, right? On Thanksgiving, on Thursday. So people go to their cities, to their hometowns, to stay with their families and have the Thanksgiving dinner. What happens is that during Thursday until Sunday, first, it's really cold, right? It's really cold in the United States at this time of the year. And people stay home on Thursdays, on Thanksgiving Thursday, all day eating, drinking, eating, drinking, eating, drinking, eating, talking and partying, right? Staying with their friends, blah, 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 blah. And they still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So what happened was, because it was really cold, there wasn't much to do on Friday. On Friday, people started going shopping. They started going shopping. And the shopping malls and the stores started getting crowded and crowded and crowded on this Friday. It was probably the busiest time of the year for the stores, because everybody was on holiday and everybody had time to go to the stores. So the stores and the marketing and so on decided to attract people, more people, to come to the stores after Thanksgiving Thursday. And they created Black Friday. And they created, well, okay, we know that most people are not working, most people are on holiday, most people are happy with their families, they don't have many things to do because it's cold outside. Let's attract them to the stores. And that's how Black Friday was created. Interesting, isn't it? If you thought it was a nice story, just let me know. All right? Guys, that's it. Thank you so much. I apologize for this for this broadcast problems. It won't happen again. I'm going to revise this class. Check if the video was okay. If it's not, I'm gonna record it myself and upload to the portal. All right, Anna, got this information? So I'm gonna check the video here. See if it's good. We're gonna publish the link to this live lesson anyway. But if it's really bad, I'm gonna record it again and give it to you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for your patience. And welcome to my new house. This is my new house. I'm starting a new moment of my life now. And everything is new, internet is new, equipment is new, table is new, chair is new, everything is new, except my love for you to give this class. All right? Good. Oh, Thelma is writing something here. Thanksgiving was established as a national holiday by the President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, as a national day for thanking God for the blessings received. That's it. Okay? This is the holiday. The aspect, the cultural aspect that I gave here was about Black Friday. All right, Black Friday. Yeah, Thanksgiving, everybody knows what Thanksgiving is, but how this crazy Black Friday come up, right? How did they come up with this Black Friday? My friend, is to sell more, make more money. That's all. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you next class, and it's going to be fast. No breaking up. Thank you so much, and bye now.